Hello and welcome to the EMART studio. End of day one at EMART, and I'm joined now by Lothar Stein from ProCom. And Lothar, first of all, welcome. Thank you for making the time. I know you've hot-footed it in here from a panel discussion, so I'm happy for you to make the time. Before we go into what we're going to talk about, because we're going to take on the narrative of what you were talking about in the panel discussion, just tell us a little bit about what who ProCom are, what you do there, and so on, just to give it a bit of context.
First, I'm authorized and responsible for the operational business in ProCom, which also means the business development part, so looking a little bit ahead, so what the market is behaving and what is next to do. So,
and the panel you were in, you were talking about some of the issues around the trends you're seeing between trading and intraday trading, spot market trading, and one of the senses that I get in following this market a little bit as well is things are getting more and more real time as we speak. You know, you're talking about people at 50 minutes, but listen, it's not the job of me to talk. Can you just highlight some of the things that were discussed in that panel?
Yeah, indeed. So you call it like this, things are going to become more real time. Basically, things are going to become more intraday. So what is needed for the participants in the intraday market is to balance their portfolio simply. Now with the impact of the renewables we have, we have nowadays 30% of renewable generation in Germany.
And the target is very aggressive.
And the target is very aggressive. You might have seen the World Energy Outlook, where there's a target for 2040 of about 50% for all over Europe. So this is highly influencing the market. And basically what is needed for let's say agile participants of the energy market to have a look for highly flexible physical assets in order to compensate and balance the influence of the renewables.
So those flexible physical assets, are we talking about battery technology and that sort of stuff?
We're talking about batteries, but also quite fast gas-fired power plants and more like this.
So this high ramp power.
These high ramp power assets. And basically also what we discussed in the panel is what is needed then. And if you are a player in this market, of course, if you look on these, not only at the intraday market, but also on the balancing market. So what I see is that the ancillary service market is coming closer to the intraday market. So basically it's a question of gate closure. Right now the gate closure for Germany has been reduced from 45 minutes to 30 minutes already. And from my point of view, it's just a question of time when it will be at, let's say, 15 minutes.
But so aren't the two getting so close that, isn't it a question of time where it'll be the same thing?
Yeah. From my point of view, it's just a question of time, and then simply one or the other product within the balancing market will be gone because it's replaced by the intraday market. Simply that's it. But until then, there's a need, let's say an optimization need, which I call market channel optimization. So where to put your physical assets in. So which market to, from a commercial point of view, to benefit most.
So talk to us a little bit more about that issue, about where do I put my physical asset? I mean, what are some of the things that the companies are struggling with in terms of making that decision? Is it because these markets are coming so close together that actually that's what's causing the issue, or are there other concerns?
Yeah. So basically, it's always when within a company you're thinking from very long-term to short-term decision making. and also mitigating your risks. What is important then is to set up your processes internally in the company accordingly. And this is basically also what we are doing with having the knowledge of which products from a software point of view are used in the market. We also consult our customers in establishing the right processes, so doing some kind of as-is analysis, doing some advice how the to-be processes should look like, and then also guide our customers through all this process with some specification support, with supporting the tender business, but also doing the project management until go live. So supporting the whole project until the overall IT solution is up and running.
So when you talk about projects, at the moment that's a bit vague to me. What sort of projects are we talking about?
Yeah, this is really, let's say, when it comes to short-term optimization and intraday optimization and trading, the process needs to be set up that different IT tools need to talk to each other, which was not needed before. Yeah?
Right.
Yeah. So you need to do your intraday optimization for your production plan, for instance, every 15 minutes, getting new forecast in, getting the availability from your assets in, doing the production plan, send it as a decision support to the trading tool, doing your trades, get the new position back.
And some of these systems are quite old, right? So trying to get them to talk to each other, that's a whole different conversation, right?
And as far as I know, some of these systems don't have the, let's say, the flexibility to do this intraday. And that's why we decided to develop an intraday trading tool to do all that with temporary deal capture device, doing the position management, supporting also the scheduling and renomination part.
So if I rewind back to the panel, and you always sat on these panels, and sometimes you approach them with a degree of skepticism, or sometimes you approach them with a degree of excitement. But when you sat there, and you mentioned when we were off air, you said it was quite an interesting panel because you had some very large established software vendors on it. You had some very agile new entrants. You had some aggressive trading companies in it as well. So when you were sat there, what were some of the things that were being drawn out of that panel? Did it come to a conclusion?
Yeah, so it was also, for instance, quite interesting for me with regards to the product roadmap we are planning. When it comes to the market coupling, right now we are planning to connect to the Nord Pool market, and it was planned to connect to the APX market before, but due to the merger EPEX, APX, this was somehow delayed. But now, basically, in the panel session, we discussed this topic, and I got the information that the APX API will be available in Q3 next year. So, which is something which helps us for our business and supporting our customers, of course.
And then again, with a lot of these things becoming more and more automated, I wonder, and we always talk about traders and trading entities, and I was talking to a few commentators earlier on today. Is how far are we where actually all of this just happens, right? And people like you are the ones who make the money because you facilitate all of that,
Yeah, and maybe robots doing the game. This is
well,
what
it's
you are
happening
heading
in the financial markets already, and it's causing issues of a different type. But
also this is something we discussed. Right now there's some guideline of doing not more than 3,000 trades a day, which will be increased somehow, but will be handled more restrict. I would say more or less for safety reasons, just to keep the platform up and running, keep the performance, and which is good. Of course, this all is something we need to consider in our software. Yeah, when we are also able to serve our customers with this let's call it automatic trading functionality. This is something we are about to develop and will be available
because it's one of those
soon.
ironies where, you know, in the finance market, you actually you've got the second traders, you know, and stuff like that, and you actually want to stamp that out in that market. But actually, in a weird way, in the electric market, where we're dealing with something that up until now you can't store, that may well want to be encouraged, right?
Yeah, but nevertheless, the traders not using these robots or automatic trading functionality see already that they lose trades against robots. Yeah.
Right.
On one hand, on the other hand, there's always some kind of cost-saving program where companies think about whether it's needed to have this 24/7 or just doing it during business hours and leave it to some kind of robots during the night shift.
Right.
And we, as a solution provider, need to take care and consider this in our software.
So as we're coming to the end of our time here, and we're in danger of having music played out and everything, because we are live at the event. Can I just ask you, just as a final analysis, it's like going, and you said it quite rightly, you know, you're a solution provider into this market. What's your medium-term horizon? You know, how digitized, how robotized is this going to get?
Yeah, that's not an easy one, basically. You know, nowadays it's quite difficult to plan more than 1, maybe 2, maximum 3 years ahead. So this is going to come. If you have a look on the pan-European market schedule, this is something which will be available by end of 2017. So, and I've learned today that it's on track. So basically, I would say this is...
so those are quite aggressive schedules. Yeah. It's around the corner, right?
Yeah, yeah. It looked like delayed, but now they are back on track. So from my point of view, this will take place. So by end of 2017, you will be able to trade a megawatt hour in Denmark for Spain. And we are the solution provider delivering the software to do so.
And that leads us on to all sorts of other interesting topics, which I'm afraid we don't have time for today, Lothar. Again, thanks a lot for making the time to be with us.
Thank you.
And we are going to wrap up because we are in danger of being drowned out by some music, but thank you as well for watching this commentary from EMART. So thanks again.